A church planting family tree, starts in the soil of a vision for it. For me, it wasn't even my vision. It was a vision of pastors before me, like Ben Davis and River Glen.
One of our mother churches, they said, you have to make an agreement that you are going to be a church planting church. And so I'm like, well, sure, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, we'll do that. We built that into our DNA. How we do church is to help plant other churches. That's how we got on board and really want to continue to always be a church planting church.
When my church got planted out of the generosity of someone else's vision, I held on to that. Like that meant something to me. And so it's my job, take some of that vision and let's get the next church started out of it. We named a guy as our church planter in residency on day one on our launch Sunday, like we were that ambitious. Wrong guy, wrong time, right heart. It just didn't seem like it was a door that God was opening as quickly as we were trying. Our first church plant came 2 years in, and all we did was write a check. I wasn't into 4 years into our church plant that Brian McKee came along with the vision to plant City of Light Church in the greater Milwaukee area.
The doors were open. Whatever it was, they were really open-handed, and that helped us out a ton.
Light bulbs started going on. That really meant a lot to Brian, and it started meaning more to me. But it wasn't until year 8 that God brings along a guy named Mike Francisco.
We looked at each other like, who is going to say yes to this? Like, who is going to take us on and take this dream on? And that's when we found Lakepoint.
We're still ready to write the check, still ready to do the advice on the management team. But in previous cases where someone else was ready to do the sending church role, take on the resident, no one else is picking up this guy. I think it's our turn.
It made sense to be a part of their team for a season, to be able to be sent out and to launch a church here in Oak Creek, about 25 minutes from where they're at.
When he got sent out, it was with a little chunk of our heart and definitely a little chunk of our membership, and people started to see it. And then there's this guy named Ed Cook.
In my context and in the urban context where I'm from, if you're going to start a church or plant a church, you get 5 of your best friends and have a Bible study in your living room and hope they invite somebody. Hope they come back, number one, and then hope they invite somebody. And then if it grows, great, go find you a building and you figure it out. But what I started to learn at Lakepoint was the planning side, the organized side, the side beyond what you see on a Sunday morning.
Ed's launch month, 2 of the more invested members of our church, they pulled me aside and they asked, when's the next church plant? And it's like, this is a church that's now a church planting church.
We're all together in this mission to start more churches and to see people far from God step into these churches and become close to God.
That's our heart too, to help plant more churches that are going to reach our area.
It's vital for me that we get as many spaces and places open for people who have the heart for kingdom, not castles.
We talk about it, and that's important. We cast vision for it, but we also want to see the fruit, want to see the actual new churches and then celebrate.
This southeastern Wisconsin area and the leaders that are here, I believe that they genuinely want to see more life-giving churches be planted throughout our area and beyond.